Right, I hope you're all enjoying your Easter weekend. I've been busy, I've been tidying up around the garden for the last couple of days, trying to sort things out. I've now got to a place where I can do a bit of planting. So what I'm going to focus on now, so it's Sunday, so I've had a couple of days which, like I say, I've just been clearing some of the areas that are looking like a bit of a junkyard over winter, with bits of wood stacked everywhere, this, that and the other. Yeah, so Sunday today, so we've still got Monday to go, so I hope you're all enjoying Easter weekend, or depending on when you're watching this, enjoyed your Easter weekend. Got some planting done, or some plant related stuff, or maybe just bought some plants, let me know. Right, so I've got this area here. This is the wildlife pond, which I won't say it's been neglected, but I've sort of left it to its own devices for the last couple of years. So all the plantings around here are more or less sort of natural, what they were pretty much when I moved in. And we're talking sort of 18 years ago. There are some cannas in here which won't come up till another month or so. But we'll just have a look. So I don't mind all of the sort of early sort of natural flowers like the primulas and the grape hyacinth, the lords and ladies, and got a big clump of marsh marigolds there, which is actually in the pond. Always a nice pop of colour early spring. But a lot of the plants around here are just sort of nothing plants, if you like. They're just plants that just happen to be there, or stuff that I could take out to give me a bit more of a tropical, jungly vibe. And this is an area which doesn't get as much sun as it used to, due to the hothouse build last year. So we've got the sun predominantly sort of comes up over here this time of year, and as the season progresses it'll come across, so it will get sun, but at the moment it's still in shade. Hence why the gunnery is probably a bit more behind than a lot of other people's. But yeah, so there's a lot of weeds in here as well, and there's a lot of gaps where I can get some really good interesting plants in. So, and I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but we can see on the hothouse here I've got a huge bit of gutting sticking out, and that is due, I've left that on purpose, because that obviously the rain will drip straight onto the gunnery below there. I was contemplating cutting it off and piping it down, which I might do at some point, but at the moment that's why you got a huge bit of gutting sticking out. That's just drip feeding the gunnery when it rains. Right, so let's have a quick look around here. So again, we've got all sorts grown in here. Some sort of self-seeded tree there that's going to come out. But yeah, a lot of stuff here is, like I say, just sort of nothing plants, which I'm quite happy to remove. I have got a bit of a red hot poker here, which now is in more shade, is not going to flower so well, so I'll certainly take that out. I've got some plants which I'll be leaving. I've got some dark leaf Brunnera, heuchera there. But other than that, there's a lot of just sort of natural plants, and I have sort of got an open area here. There are a few ferns here already, which will be leaving, but a lot of this stuff will be coming out. And obviously when this gunnery does start kicking in, this whole corner is just overrun with big leaves, but there's some underplanting opportunities and around the pond itself. So this is going to be a first part of a two-parter. Just due to the fact, obviously I haven't done any work yet, but I'm just going to be showing you what plants I've got to put in here. So a lot of stuff is doing quite well. We've got the Pedicites palmatum coming up nicely now, quite like them. Right, so let's come round here and have a look at the plants we've got to put in. So I've got them in my trolley here. So these are all plants which will do well in shade and sort of moist conditions. So like I say, we've got 3 sort of dominant big plants here, which we've got the big tree fern here already. We've got the gunner when it comes up, which will fill this whole corner here. And we've got the transplanted Trachycarpus, which this will be the 3rd summer, so I'm hoping that's going to kick in so I can cut off some of the leaves on some of the old leaves are totally gone, but we've got loads of fronds ready bursting to come out as soon as it warms up, so hopefully we can tidy that up a bit as well. So yeah, so we've got three big plants, but yeah, a lot of the plants around is sort of nothing plants which I can take out and replace. So let's go through what we've got. So this is the Dicksonia Antarctica, which was £9.99 from 39 quid. Yes, it didn't look much at the time, still don't look much at the moment, but why I bought it is because a triple head. So there's actually 3 heads on that, and all the heads have got croziers coming out. So unlike when they sort of trunk, you get a flush sort of late spring. The small ones will just continually throw out frond randomly when the conditions are right. So yeah, that is starting to go. 3 little heads on that, so all got little croziers coming out, so that's going to probably go maybe next to the Trachycarpus, just to give it a bit of space from this other tree fern. I haven't really got an idea of where I'm going to put everything yet. I'm just going to clear the area and work from there. We'll just place the pots and see which comes up with a configuration that looks nice and something where the plants are spread out a bit. So I've got a lot of ferns which I want to spread out, obviously, rather than all in one place. Alright, so what else have we got? We've got a Pseudopanax there. So it's a purple type. You can pause and read the information on that. This is one I bought last year. Quite nice, really purple new flush, and obviously it sort of looks like it fades down to a purpley green, but quite dark foliage on that. So we'll find a place for that. That'll get some height to it. Definitely a good contrast to some of the other foliage types we've got. We've got a little Schefflera taiwaniana, which was actually a division of another plant I bought last year, and I cut a bit off because it had some bottom growth, and that's rooted well and starting to do well as its own little plant. And there's actually 2 little ones in there, so if I've got space I'll put that in, but if not I'll put that somewhere else. Right, what else we got? So some more evergreen interest. Cuba japonica. This is again one I bought reduced last year. I think that's half price from B&M. So yeah, it's like $3.25. We can see they're starting to flush out, and there's sort of a nice balance of spots on the leaves, not too spotty because I'm a bit fussy. I like to have a nice balance. So again, nice evergreen, do well in shade. We've got this little thing. Unfortunately, it's like some slugs have got to it a bit, which they probably will once it's in the ground as well. But I can't pronounce that, but feel free to pause and read the information on that. very similar to a Farfugium, slightly different shaped leaves. But yeah, that's going to go well around the pond area, I think. We have got a Farfugium, but Giganteum, but that's sort of died off, but I can see a couple of little shoots coming, so that's going to come back, so that's going to go in there. We've got a Spotty Dotty, which I made the mistake of putting under the bench in the hothouse, so it's really stretched now. Quite nice big leaves on it, and we've got the flowers coming in underneath this leaf. But that's going to need staking, because that's not going to hold up to the wind too well when it's that stretched. But we've got also another bit of growth here which also got flowers on it. We've got some, these are all the ferns now, and as we can see, this is another evergreen type, which I quite like. These ones, these are really sort of stiff and quite hardy, these ones. I've got a couple of these dotted about, and they keep their foliage over winter. And we can see there's these are sort of a sprawling type, and they do tend to flush this time of year. So we've got a few crosies coming up there. Let's see if I can get the label for you. So again, pause and read if you wish. But again, that's one of these types that I like, because it's sort of palmate, looks like a palm tree, so love that. And this is another one similar, but a lot thinner leaves, not so thick in texture, and sort of narrower as well, but sort of a really nice evergreen glossy leaves on this one. And yeah, again, bit like a palm, but quite a decent sort of clump in that pot. So again, there's a bit of the label. Pause and read if you wish. $7.99. And last but not least, we've got, I can't remember if it's called a royal palm or king palm. It's one of these ones that got the little end bits, which I guess they're supposed to look like crowns or something. But yeah, that was actually part of a swap I done last year for some other plants with someone. But yeah, that's looking like quite a nice evergreen hardy fern as well. So we've got a lot of plants, and I may be being a bit optimistic if I can fit them all in. But like I say, a lot of this stuff is going to be coming out around the pond, and we'll see what we get. But like I say, we've got some, we've still got the cannas from last year which I need to tidy up, but we've got a sort of heart's tongue fern there, and we've got a big clump of heather which needs to come out. So yeah, we'll have some lower grown stuff around this side, some of the smaller ferns and lower grown stuff, and then we'll have the taller stuff at the back here. So that is my project for the next day. Also, I'm saying that I've got to go down the dump and sort out all the junk I've cleared out, so that's booked in today, so I've got to do that. So I may not get round to plant anything today, but if I can clear a bit of the area and see what space I've got to play with. Yeah, so I do like to sort of do these videos live as I do things, so this is why it's not a all in one video. So this is a part one. The part two will be the stuff planted up and see how it looks. So at the moment, obviously a little bit scruffy after winter. We've got some dead grasses and dead foliage and a lot of plants which are going to be coming out. So that's how it looks at the moment, and then part two of this video, hopefully that'll look a fair bit different. Right, let me know what you're up to on this bank holiday weekend. The weather today has turned as terrible. It's not raining, but it's just overcast and a bit blowy, a bit dull. Yeah, Friday and Saturday were actually quite nice, quite sunny and pleasantly warm. So yeah, let me know any projects you're doing. Starting to get a little bit of blossom on some of the fruit trees now. We'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch part 2 to see how it all comes together. Catch you on the next one.